Far beyond the reach of the sun, there are worlds that wander, untethered, free, and yet profoundly alone. This world, this rogue planet, was once part of a celestial dance, a member of a solar system, held in the embrace of a star. But now it is adrift. The warmth of its star long gone, it drifts through an ocean of stars, lost in the vast silence of space. It is no longer bound by gravity to a single point. It is no longer part of a family of planets, each in its orbit, following its star's steady rhythm. It moves now through the great, dark sea of the cosmos, isolated, unmoored, with only the pull of distant forces to guide its course. There is no sound here, only silence, a silence so profound that it presses against the very soul, so complete that one might wonder whether the universe itself is holding its breath. And in this silence, the rogue planet moves, its journey not born of choice, but of fate. A world unanchored, a world without a home. Here, on the surface of this lonely planet, there is no warmth, no change. The ice stretches out endlessly in every direction, an eternal blanket of cold that binds the world in a frozen slumber. The rogue planet is locked in time. Not a single season changes here. No winds blow, no storms rage across the surface. It is an unbroken stillness, an infinite pause. And within that pause, it becomes difficult to tell. Is the planet truly alive, or is it simply being? The surface is a vast tomb, a silent memorial to what could have been. What life might have once flourished here, what creatures once roamed or swam in waters now frozen, waiting for a sun that will never rise. Life, perhaps, existed here once. Where is it now? Was there ever life at all? Or was it merely an illusion that arose from the hopeful whispers of those who imagined worlds like this could thrive? And yet, in the silent expanse, the planet endures. In its cold, unchanging state, it continues to exist, without the warmth of life, without the fire of creation, yet simply existing. Beneath the thick layers of ice, a hidden world persists, unseen by the universe, shielded from the cold darkness above. Deep within the planet's crust, the warmth of its molten core reaches into caverns far below. Here, in the silent dark, liquid water exists, kept from freezing by the heat that rises from deep within the planet's heart. In the depths, life, strange, alien, and far removed from our own understanding, may still thrive. It is not life born from sunlight, as we know it, but life born from the heat of the planet's own heart. Perhaps it is not visible to the eye, for it could exist as microscopic organisms, surviving in the dark, consuming the minerals and chemicals of the planet itself. Or perhaps, in the deepest recesses, larger forms of life swim in the dark, their bioluminescent bodies casting eerie glows against the dark waters. The rogue planet is a world of paradoxes. Above, it is cold, frozen in time. Below, it is alive in its own hidden way. Life does not always require a star. Sometimes, it requires only warmth and the persistence of forces deep within a planet's core. This hidden world below the surface is a testament to the resilience of life itself, a reminder that survival in the vast cosmic expanse is often found in the most unlikely places. The rogue planet moves, slowly, almost imperceptibly, through the vastness of space. It is a traveler, though it knows not where it is going. Its course is set by forces beyond its comprehension, forces that reach across the vastness of the universe. The planet drifts on, carried by the momentum of creation itself. It is a creature of inertia, of time, and in its drifting, the rogue planet mirrors the very nature of existence. We, too, move through time and space, drifting ever forward, carried by unseen forces, by fate, by chance. The planet's journey is not one of purpose, but of necessity. It moves because it must, just as we continue to live because we must. But where is it headed? To what end does it travel? We do not know. Perhaps it will continue on forever, never encountering another world, never finding another star to guide it. Or perhaps it will find its way to a new system, a new home, where the warmth of a star will once again reach its frozen surface. But that is the great mystery, whether the rogue planet will ever truly find its place in the cosmos, or whether its endless journey will simply be its destiny. It is a world adrift, just as we are, lost in time, floating through the vast reaches of the universe, searching for meaning, searching for a connection to something greater than ourselves. And then, a touch of light, a fleeting moment of warmth. A distant, ancient red dwarf casts its faint glow upon the planet's frozen surface. For an instant, the ice cracks and steam rises in the cold air. It is a fleeting touch, a brief caress of warmth in an endless sea of cold. And yet, in that moment, something stirs within the rogue planet. For the first time in eons, it feels the embrace of warmth. And though the touch is brief, the planet responds. Its frozen exterior cracks, its surface shifts. Life stirs below, if only in the smallest of ways. In this fleeting moment, the rogue planet remembers what it was like to be a part of something greater, to feel connected to a star, to feel the warmth that nurtured life. But this moment, too, is short-lived. The red dwarf fades, its light barely enough to touch the surface. And once again, the rogue planet is cast into the cold, adrift in the infinite dark. But the memory of that warmth remains, buried deep within its frozen soul. In this brief moment, the planet is reminded of what it once knew, that no matter how cold or isolated we are, no matter how far we drift from everything we once held dear, there is always the possibility of warmth, always the possibility of connection, however fleeting. And so, the rogue planet drifts on, unseen, unnoticed, unmoored. Its journey is endless, its path uncertain. It is a world of solitude, of endless isolation. Yet in its solitude, it endures. It continues to move through the cold vastness, searching for something, perhaps for a star, perhaps for a connection, perhaps for meaning in a universe so vast it can scarcely be comprehended. And in its journey, the rogue planet reminds us of something profound, something deep within us all, that sometimes it is not the destination that matters, but the act of continuing. In the vast silence of space, the rogue planet moves because it must. It persists because existence itself is an act of endurance. Perhaps it will never find a star again. Perhaps it will wander the dark forever, a lonely soul in the infinite cosmos. But that is not the point. The point is that it moves, that it survives, that it endures. And in that endurance, there is a kind of beauty, a beauty that exists not in the light of the stars, but in the quiet persistence of the journey. The rogue planet, adrift in the great sea of stars, reminds us of our own journey. We, too, are wanderers, drifting through time and space, searching for meaning, searching for light in a vast and often indifferent universe. And just as the rogue planet continues on its journey, so must we. In the cold, in the dark, in the silence, we continue. Because, perhaps, that is the only way to truly live.